Hello, guys. Welcome to Gusto Reactions once again. Thank you so much for always liking and sharing, of course, telling your friends about what we do right at Gusto TV. We love and appreciate you so much. You guys are the best. Of course, Big Lala is very much in the building today. This very lovely, chilly Saturday morning. Big Lala, Kilon Shele now.
Not too much.
Your guy is set to drop a new single after about 2 years now. Oh no, last year actually. He dropped that one, the Made in Lagos. Deluxe has a couple of songs there. He had a couple of songs there rather, Naughty and Mood and a couple of other ones right there. But Wizkid is set to drop another single, and he said September 14th a new single is going to drop, Bad For Me. um is the date going to change? Should we believe Whiskey this time? With there's evidence to prove.
Well, to be honest, the pessimistic one in me so far when it comes to whiskey dropping music
Yeah,
would say no, that something's gonna happen and this date's gonna change.
going to change.
But with the amount of PR that's gone
I'm sorry.
into it, I think it's legit right now. We're going to have a new music single, Wizkid single, dropping on the 14th. They've
Yeah,
been promoting the pre-save link. Since they announced, and everyone's been, looking forward to it, especially his fan base.
yeah.
They've been equally promoting the Bad to Me. This is a different approach. The way there's no more surprise drops anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's happened. New music is coming, and it's titled "Bad to Me" from Wizkid.
Yeah. Okay. So this one, Bad For Me, a lot of people are really anticipating, saying, "Oh, Wizkid finally, the very first single of 2022." Do you think it's going to be worth the wait?
Well, I think depending on what kind of whiskey you'd get, but I don't think it's going to be a change for whiskey. The kind of whiskey you're going to get, more of the same whiskey from Made in Lagos. That's the new direction,
Yeah.
and that's the direction that's taken into to greater heights.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think anyone who gets disappointed will be expecting WIZ or Volt, which you're clearly not going to get. So I think majority of the people who are going to be anticipating it are not going to be left disappointed with the style or direction of the sound.
Someone said, of course, when you see Wizkid holding the flower, in the graphics, you shouldn't expect the tumba kind of music. A love song, and like a proper love song, the essence kind of, song. Do you think
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna go the essence route this time around with Bad For Me?
Obviously, with the title, it's a love song, and it's
Yeah.
perhaps going to sing about, oh, even though I know you're bad from here, I still like you like that, I still love you like that.
Yeah.
We never can tell. It's just a few days to go. Yes, of course, I'm looking forward to it. Let's see what Wizkid got up his sleeves.
The fans are also very, excited. They're pushing this one. Wizkid is trending on social media. Bad For Me trending on social media as well. Um, in terms of this particular single, is very first, like we said, for 2022. What do you think uh, this is going to lead to eventually? This single, are we going to? Is this going to be a sample of what to expect from the album?
Well, of course, it will be a sample of what's next for the next album.
Mm.
He's been talking and bigging up the name, changed the name. To be honest, we don't even know what the final verdict on the name of that album is, but we do have an idea.
I mean,
And
Jada has been saying more love, less ego. Yeah, so we can say more love, less ego.
yes, of course, more love, less ego. But we're gonna see, we're gonna see with the direction. This single would be a pointer, like you said. I think it would be a pointer to that direction of what the next album would be. But I don't think it's gonna be far off from what Made in Lagos is.
Made in Lagos and everything. He talked about Made in Lagos, being one of his very best albums and everything. But it is not the best. Now, More Love, Less Ego is coming. Bad For Me is almost here. We see a lot of artists doing really great things right now. Burna Boy with Last Last, Ashake, with the album and everything. Do you think Wizkid is mindful of what's happening around him right now with the guys popping up the chart and all of that with this new single?
Of course, he has to be mindful. The new single seems to have been. I don't want to call it late, but they've taken their time. and everyone has to. People would say public and say things like, "Oh, run your own race, don't look at another person."
Yeah.
But you always have to keep in mind what your competitors or even what your colleagues are doing or what they're achieving. Everyone does it. I'm pretty sure people on bonus team they are noticing what every other person is doing.
Mm-hmm.
Did that make them chill and say, "Oh, let's give these people a bit of time and see what's going to happen with if this song would go down a little bit."
Yeah.
But no, I mean, for them to even choose a date and say, "Oh, September 14th," they must have looked at, "Oh, who's dropping on this day, who's dropping on that day."
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think there's any threat imminent. Bonner is not going to drop anything soon. David might drop something soon, but he's not going to drop anything. So he himself will be looking at what dates are available for my next single.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
So you
people are
think
always
Wizkid F, so you
checking.
think so do you think Wizkid FC are going to be instrumental in this song, penetrating, into the right places?
Well, in the initial stages, yes, they're always instrumental. The way they've, I mean, shouted bad for me
Yeah.
throughout the whole week, you know that
Yeah.
they're ready. It's been a while. They've been crying for new music. They will
Mm-hmm.
do their beats because their beat is usually at the start and, I mean, continue the trend of the music. At the start, on the release day, you'll feel the full force, getting people's attention to listen to the music and also defending with their rights, with their hearts, people who are going to call the music work or not it, and they're going to do that from day one. And yeah, I
Yeah.
think the success of this song beyond the shores of Nigeria is not entirely down to Wizkid FC alone.
Mm.
There's still a lot of promo, a lot of pitching in the right places and making sure it's being played in the right places, getting in the right spots, being the cover of several playlists that needs to be done, that
Yeah.
needs to be, and interviews the Wiz will grant. Those things are standard and that are even equally as important as what Wizkid FC would do. Wizkid FC would only do things the erratic way, which is I mean, without any sort of pointer, people. I mean, it's not like people from Wizkid are telling them, "Oh, this is what we're going to do," but
Yeah.
naturally,
Yeah.
they're going to do what they have to do. But the planned work from Wiz's team have to be good. Have to be good.
And you think this single is you know people are excited about this single? I mean, you are excited about this single, yeah?
Of course, we haven't had a new single from Wiz in a long while.
Yeah.
Almost feels like we haven't. It almost feels like there's no Wiz in the picture, but the Wiz has to be in the picture. He's arguably one of the biggest that's ever done it Afrobeat twice from Nigeria. So people are doing big things. People want to mention Wiz. People will always still mention Wiz, but with something new, people want to feel Wiz as well.
Should Wizkid actually now look at more like should he try to make a mark with this new single, or I mean, does he have anything to prove with this new music bad for me?
Nah, there's really nothing to prove. It's just Wiz doing what I mean. He's a musician. He's a career musician or
Yeah.
career artist. He's doing what he's meant to be doing, releasing
Yeah.
music, releasing
Yeah.
albums. That's what he has to do. He doesn't need to prove anything anymore. I think with Made in Lagos and Essence, anything that needed to be proved, anything that needs to be proven has been proved
Yeah.
already. So
Mm.
there's nothing to prove.
Before we go, Big Lala, a lot of people have been saying, oh, this is going to be the song of the year, or even if it's not the song of the summer, summer
Without
is
listening,
past already and everything. People have been saying, oh, Bad for Me is going to be the banger. Wizkid has waited this long, he's not going to disappoint, and all of that. um is this song going to get to the height of Essence?
well, I don't know yet. Song that I've not listened to. I think wait till we listen to the song and review the song. We know whether it's going to get to the height of essence.
Or not? Okay, so what's your expectation rating for this?
I think something really good, something above my usual rating of 6.5. So I think it has to be
Maybe a
good.
7
He
over
doesn't have a
10.
choice. Yeah, but he has to be good. There's no other choice besides it being good.
Anyways, guys, let's have your thoughts on this one. Wizkid Bad for Me coming very soon, September 14th. Put your comment down below, put your thought down below. What do you think? We'll see you guys on the very next one. Please stay safe and God bless.